Let's start with some Cam Newton news. Cam Newton gets cut from the Panthers, officially over. It is a little weird when something like that happens because Cam Newton, was the Panthers. Do you know what I mean? The Panthers obviously haven't been an organization for that long. It's Jake Delhomme, it's Cam Newton, and Cam Newton was, the heyday of the Panthers. He was an MVP, and he also never had a really good wide receiver besides Steve Smith and got screwed out of probably some great years of his prime carrying a bad Panthers team to the Super Bowl in 2015, and now it's all over. And what did the Panthers do right after? They signed a wide receiver for the second most money they've signed a wide receiver for in the last 10 years.
That is funny. Yeah, the best wide receiver he's played was probably Ted Ginn. And then
Steve
maybe
Smith,
Devin.
yeah.
Well, Steve Smith, yeah. I'm not counting him. He was already there before him, but they got Ginn. They got Devin Funchess.
Yep.
And Kelvin Benjamin. That's about it. Ray Caruth was in the overlap there.
So they had in 2015, Cam Newton won the MVP of the NFL, throwing for 35 touchdowns and running for 10 touchdowns. He took the Panthers to a 15-1 record, and his wide receivers were Ted Ginn, Devin Funchess, Corey Brown, and the 33-year-old Jericho Cotchery. That's incredible. Just put that
Corey
out
Brown.
there. And whenever someone – and I know Cam is kind of a polarizing figure sometimes because he does make it about himself a lot, but who cares? He's an unbelievable player, and he had an unbelievable career, and they did him no favors basically his entire time with the Panthers. I was looking through it. There's a guy – I went through every single year of Cam Newton and who were his wide receivers. So the first few years he had Steve Smith, but he also had a guy – there was a year, 2014, his receivers were Kelvin Benjamin, Jericho Cotchery, Corey Brown, and Brenton Berman.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real guy.
Berman.
That's a real guy.
Yeah.
He also had a year where he had Kelvin Benjamin, Devin Funchess, Curtis Samuel, and Russell Shepard. All real guys that played with Cam
That's tough. Yeah, I wish that we had been doing our Chris Bermans for that. I'm not a perfect person. Would have been pretty solid to do that. They're just flowing off the tip of my brain right now. But yeah, Cam is it's always a bridesmaid, never a bride in terms of the receivers that they brought in. He's a big 27 dresses guy at the podium too. But yeah, they signed a good wide receiver all of a sudden, and now Cam is he's on the receiving end of business decision right now. The Panthers are moving on. It's crazy. They got a 5th-round pick for Kyler Allen.
Yep.
He was more Kyle than Kyler Murray, so he took the ER. And so they get a 5th-round pick for him, and now they couldn't get anything for Cam Newton because of the coronavirus not making it possible to have a reputable physical done on a quarterback, so they couldn't trade him for anything. And so now he's just kind of going to test the free market, and there are a few different destinations that I would like to see Cam at just for the excitement of all of it.
All right, let's go through them. I also should mention that in very Bears-like fashion, they traded for and are paying Nick Foles when they could have just waited and not traded for Cam Newton and just signed him. So that was very classic. Ryan Pace probably saw that Cam Newton got cut and was like, wait, how – that can happen? I didn't know that was a possibility. He just never saw that coming. Never ever saw that coming. And now it's just perfect that happened. So where would you like to see him? Patriots number 1?
Patriots number 1. I'd still like to see him in Chicago. Why not? Why not bring him to Chicago?
And Jameis. Yeah.
Yeah, collect them all. Actually, that's a big time Jon Gruden move. I could see Gruden going after him because Gruden probably fell in love with Cam Newton watching him in the booth on Monday Night Football. That's what Gruden does, is if he broadcasts a couple of your games or you play well, he's just he instantly will fall in love with you and remember you for always and forever for being that guy that dominated. And I'm sure that he made a connection with him when he was doing Gruden's quarterback camp thing where he'd sit him down in the room that was just filled with a bunch of VHS tapes and just watch film for 5 minutes and just start orgasming spontaneously. Because the only one person that Jon Gruden didn't love was it was Jimmy Clausen. Jimmy Clausen, because he made an excuse. He was I made a route adjustment and my wide receiver didn't see it. He's sounds like you're blaming somebody else.
He also didn't like Jay Cutler because Jon Gruden was friends with Mark Trestman. So that was a very, like, he was very apparent and very open about his hate for how that all went. And I think I remember exactly when I realized Jon Gruden just loved every quarterback no matter what. It was the Case Keenum Monday Night Football game with the Texans. When he was saying that Case Keenum was a ninja and he could see him like being a franchise quarterback, I was like, okay, wait, hold on a second. Jon Gruden just likes everyone. This doesn't make sense. You realize that you're kind of the sucker.
Jaws, I remember at one point fell in love with Brody Croyle. And that at that point I knew, Jaws just likes quarterbacks.
All-time name, though. All-time name. I think he was 0-10 with the Chiefs. What were you going to say, Hank?
No, I was gonna say the same thing about the QB camp.
Okay, so Cam Newton to the Patriots. Cam Newton to the Raiders would be interesting. How about Cam Newton to the Broncos?
Ooh.
Yeah,
well,
throw that out there.
He kind of fits the John Elway mold of, like, he's tall, big,
very tall.
He's got a good arm. John Elway tends to like more, shall we say, ham and eggs type of players.
What do you mean?
Than Cam Newton, I think he likes guys that are like coaches' sons.
Like how do you mean?
Sons.
Like, explain it more.
John Elway tends to like guys that he would set up to marry his daughter.
Oh, okay. So what? So you're saying if he wouldn't want Cam Newton in his house?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying John Elway is the kind of guy that he likes a quarterback that walks in the door and you're like, oh, that guy, he is a coach on the field.
Okay, so Chargers also, I like that. How about Cam Newton going to the Bucs and backing up Brady?
That would be nice. Hell yeah. I'd love to see that.
Right.
I'd like to see maybe the Redskins, maybe the R-words, collect all the old Carolina Panthers quarterbacks. You're getting your guys in the door. You're installing your system. Why not?
Yeah, that one makes sense. Or how about Cam Newton? Actually, what about Cam Newton to the Texans? Because Bill O'Brien wants to kill Deshaun Watson. So you might want a backup plan there.
That's pretty good, yeah. Or Cam Newton to the Houston Roughnecks. They just lost P.J. Walker.
There you go. So Cam Newton cut. Is there any other NFL news that's going around? I mean, I feel like I know what the other NFL news that's going around. I don't know who started this rumor, but all of a sudden I looked on Twitter on Monday and people were like, please, you can't cancel the NFL season. I was like, who started this? Why are we talking about this? Don't even talk about it. Don't. If you talk about it, then that means it's a chance that it could be canceled. So don't even bring it up.
I mean, I think we started that rumor with Billy Football. Getting everybody prepared, saying we can't lose football season.
No, we can't. So that scared the shit out of me when I saw that. That was the scariest thing I've seen in a while.
That's a big wake-up call. But the markets are opening back up. We're going to get the markets going again. So I think NFL season will be okay. But if for no other reason than to protect Billy Football's senior year and ensure that we have an NFL season, stay inside for now. There was some other – I saw you tweet about this today about how the Falcons assembling nothing but first-round picks is like a great strategy. Did they get another first-round pick?
They got Laquan Treadwell, and I actually think that I'm the GM of the Falcons because I have long been in favor of this strategy with my thoughts of Kevin White being an all-time first-rounder and Shea McClellan also having a first-round grade even though he was not a first-round talent. Like, if you draft someone in the first round, they could suck for 5 years, but when it comes to trading them, I'm like, yo, that was a first-rounder. Like, at one point, Mel Kiper had him in the first round, so it's somewhere in there. I'll take a chance on that. Like, give me Darko. He was a lottery pick. I'll take a chance on that because at some point someone believed that he was better than Carmelo Anthony. So I'm definitely able to trick my brain. If you have that first round next to you until you're the age of like 30, I think you still got it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. In a way, it's a great way to save money on a scouting department. Let's just say you're the Bengals. You can just let every other team in the NFL do your scouting for you. You just happen to pick up those guys 4 years later after they've already kind of washed out a little bit. So you capitalize on that where you're not spending money. It's tough to do if you pick first overall. I think if you just pick first overall, you just take whoever Stephen A. Smith is less likely to scream at you for drafting. So you just kind of minimize your risk in that way. But, yeah, I'm with you. They should actually get Kevin White.
Yeah, they should. He's out there. He's out there to be had. So I would love for him to for him to hop on the Falcons train. But yeah, I watched the Falcons made a hype video where it was Roger Goodell announcing all the first rounders, basically saying like it's a combination of us sucking and us being like, we'll just buy everyone else's trash to get this many first rounders. But the hype video got me so pumped up, and I walked away from it thinking there is no chance in hell anyone is stopping the Atlanta Falcons next year.